Just getting things set up and ready to roll this morning. It's been a minute since I've seen you. I hope that things are going well. All right, there we go. Okay, I think I like this. I think this is okay. All right, now we wait. And let's add a little bit of ambiance to the situation. Noble Ancient is in the building. How you doing, Noble? All right, there we go. Take a little bit of that out. Good morning, Mon. How you doing? Glad to see you up bright and early this morning. Just kind of easing into everything this morning. So Noble says, I'm here. I'm about to attack a boss in a video game. Well, nothing like that good old, nothing like a nice little boss fight to get your day started. So it looks like my mama did some kind of emoji. I can't see the emoji in the chat right now, but my mom did some sort of wash hands emoji this morning. Just taking a couple deep breaths. I think that we're going to start today's session with some affirmations. Good morning, no one. Welcome in. It's nice to have you. It's been a minute. I think I've seen you before, but it's been a minute, and I hope that things have been going well. Or maybe you just changed your username to no one to make it interesting. J Man is here. Welcome, man. It's great to see you, J Man. We're going to start today's session with a check-in that we haven't done in a while, which is call it Tea and Affirmations. So, in case you're not familiar, an affirmation is a positive I or positive self-statement, something that you can use to just kind of shift your experience to a positive orientation. Like, claim something for yourself for today. Vodka. Okay, it's vodka. I am loved. That's a beautiful thing to affirm. I am loved. I'll open the request box so that you can answer more at length. Vodka also says, I am growing. J-Man, thank you so much for the likes. I really appreciate that. I am loved. I am growing. It's important as we kind of bring these affirmations and these thoughts into our experience, that we do so in a way that is that rings true for us. Do so in a way that is connected to our lives, so that we can actually have enough faith and have enough belief to live into it. So Retha says that I love the sound of the rain this morning. I guess it's a cool, rainy morning over in Eureka, North Carolina, where Retha is listening in from. The snow flurries that they were threatening here, they didn't materialize. It didn't quite get cold enough for us to, at least where I'm at, to see the snow. But this time of year is definitely, I don't mind the cold. I can deal with the cold. Good morning, Warrior. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you are doing well. We're starting out with some tea and affirmations. Full disclosure, I don't have any tea this morning. I just have some water. I just have a little bit of water, but it's all good. So, first affirmation from Vodka. I am a sensation. I'm a sensation to all who know me. A sensation to all who know me. J-Man says, I will be my best self. Someday. Working on it. I think the most important thing about that is the, understanding that even if you're not quite there yet, that you are committed to the process of getting there. And I think it also kind of speaks to kind of a positive future orientation. I think there are a lot of people who are of the mindset that their best days are somehow behind them. And when you feel that way, you don't necessarily, experience a lot of hope. It's great to feel like I will be my best self. It's much better than saying I used to be, reminiscing on some kind of glory days past. Vodka, thank you for the like. Noble, thank you so much for dropping a like on the chat. So this morning, if you're listening, we are sharing affirmations. So wherever you happen to be listening, if you want to claim an affirmation for the beginning of the session, something that you want to proclaim for yourself today, let us know what that looks like for you. Tree is in the building, or Tree is in the room. Good morning, Tree. It's great to have you. Thanks so much for joining us. You're here just in time for affirmations. I hope that you had fun playing Phase 10 last night. Phase 10 last night with your mom. I could definitely relate to that experience. Probably something I'm going to be participating in the not too distant future. Good morning, Alexis. Thank you for joining us. So Tree, let me know. What was the outcome? Who won? How many games did y'all play? Pandora is here. Welcome in, Pandora. Noble shares an affirmation. I have the power to conquer any boss. I either in my day's adventure or in any game I participate in. I ain't worried about those. I got the goods to handle those bosses. Tree says, yes, we had fun. I forgot how competitive she is. Yeah, Mama want to win. Mama ain't playing no games. She's not here for her health. She's trying to show you what time it is. Thank you, Alexis, for the like. I appreciate it. Yeah, my mom's competitive too. She say, she don't mind losing. She would much rather win, so she can call somebody and tell them. Tree said she won 4 times out of 5 games we played. She kept getting lucky. It was no skill. I don't know. 4 out of 5. Seems like she's making some good decisions there. I mean, you can get lucky every now and then, but 4 out of 5, that sounds like domination to me. It sounds like, she was just making the right choices. So, based on your energy, I don't know if y'all going to be playing that game up for a while. You feel like seems like you in your feelings a little bit. You should have filmed it. I don't know. You got to start thinking like this is all content. I know you're working on your YouTube channel. You should have put the camera on while y'all were playing. There's probably some good banter in there that you could cut in for B-roll. So Alexis has the affirmation, I am smart, wise, and always in control of my emotions. No matter how strong they may be, I am a work in progress. And for today, I will be kind to myself and others. Let me hit that one more time. Let's say it again. I am smart, wise, and always in control of my emotions, no matter how strong they may be. I am a work in progress, and for today, I will be kind to myself and others. So Tree says that at first she didn't want to play, now she's hooked. So wait a minute, was this her first time playing and she drug you like that? Let me find out you out there a scrub on phase 10. Oh man. Mama Tree gave you the business. All right, let me see here. All right. Tree says she keeps getting the runs and sex mixed up. So, well, I mean, if she's getting runs, you can't show no mercy now. You know, she got to play by the rules. You can't let her cheat to win. Okay. She getting runs and sets mixed up and you let it go. You can't do that. The game is the game. You got to play the game the way it's designed. You're not doing her any favors. Got to get it right. All right. I appreciate everyone for chiming in. Santa, I got a feeling Santa thickness. Santa thickness looks familiar. Welcome in. It's great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not going to say your name out loud because I feel like you here incognito, but you know. So let's get into. If y'all ready, we can get into our first prompt. That's cool with you. All right. And as always, even if we go to the next prompt, which we are about to do, feel free to continue sharing. Feel free to continue sharing affirmations in the request box as we get ready to go into the next prompt. And here we go. I need to pull up my. I guess I need to pull up my hook so that we can set this conversation up the right way. Once again, thanks everybody for being here. Morning Journal happens every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, here we go. All right, we are ready to get into, I guess, let's talk about sort of what our like overall conversation is going to be today. And what we're trying to do is sort of draw the distinction between confidence and ego. I think a lot of times we have a negative view when someone is exhibiting a lot of ego. I think the main difference is evidence and experience. um, Confidence comes from actually doing something and getting results, and the results don't even necessarily have to be the ones that you set out to get or what you expected. It's just a matter of being engaged and getting feedback, and knowing that you survived the process gives you confidence to keep going and keep moving towards what it is you're trying to accomplish. Ego, on the other hand, it kind of shows up when you are untested and you are existing in this sort of pristine, untried ideal. It's like bluster, and you are more concerned about looking good than like trying and potentially failing. Sometimes ego is delusional, but and it's not bad. Sometimes you need to be delusional to try something that's really hard. But ego is not a bad thing, but it's not sufficient. You actually have to have a desire to grow and get better and stay truly engaged. And sometimes ego keeps us from doing our best and trying our best because of that fear of looking bad. So we're going to be working through ideas about ego and confidence and sort of the ways that those concepts play in our everyday experience. So if that sounds like something that's cool, I'll open up the request box and let's start the conversation with confidence. Talk about, when do you feel the most confident? When do you feel the most confident? I'm still a little clumsy with my hooks, so I appreciate y'all patience as you indulge me. I would want to make sure that as we go back, I get some of the ideas down and make sure that we stay on the same page. But yeah, when do you feel most confident? Welcome in, Quasha. Thanks for joining us this morning. We're talking about that fine distinction between confidence and ego. And it's important to remember that confidence is not a permanent it's not a permanent or universal experience. There's some areas where we feel confident and some areas where we feel shaky. But one thing confidence does is it leaves sort of a residue. It elevates your vibe when you're in a situation where you have that, gives you a little bit of a boost. You make choices and engage in different activities that increase your confidence and builds momentum. And then that boost can carry over and it can be energy that you can use to face other things that you might be hesitating on, those things that are outside of your comfort zone. I think that, calling myself out a little bit, I know that when you are building up your physical body and your strength, it gives you a lot of confidence that carries over into different areas of your life. I know I went through a phase where I was doing a lot of strength training during a time when I was deployed, because there really wasn't much else to do. They had a little tent with some weights for me. So I said, let me get in here and get in here 2 times a day and lift. And during that time, even though it wasn't like my body changed a lot physically. I didn't like swell up or anything, but I just felt very strong. And that strength that I felt and the confidence that my physical strength gave me, that confidence spilled over into everything. Like I just felt more capable. So any space where you are engaging your capabilities and you are building your competence and building confidence, it's sort of like it's creating a pathway in your brain where, who knows what you can do. So let's talk about that. If you have anything to share, let us know. I feel the most confident when So Santa Thickness says, I feel most confident when I'm taking a thirst trap. And I put that on Instagram. Be feeling sexy. Well, hey. Well, I think the effective thirst trap is the unexpected thirst trap. If that's all that's there, then it's like, okay, you just kind of black out. You're like, okay, whatever. But if it comes out of nowhere, that's really effective. And Rick has definitely mastered the art of the sneak attack. And I changed my attitude about like makeup and fashion and all those things. On the surface, I was like, that's superficial. They shouldn't matter. But I understand now that confidence. You get up, you dress up, you feel like you're looking sharp. Even though I don't necessarily dress up very often, I do know that you step a little bit different when you feel like, when you clean, you step a little bit different, and that confidence carries over. So Quasha says, I feel most confident when I am prepared. When I am prepared, I feel confident. Okay. Do we got any preppers in here? If you consider yourself a prepper, raise your hand. We got your wingers and your preppers. Quasha's like, nah, I need to be prepared. I need to run through it. Hyrith is here. Welcome in, Hyrith. It's been a minute since I've seen you. I hope that you've been doing okay. I mean, like a good minute. So I'm wondering how many preppers and how many wingers we got. Hyrith is like, no, I'm a prepper. Like Quasha says, I'm not the most organized person, but when I'm prepared, I feel better. I can appreciate that. Give you a little bit of peace of mind. When it comes to time management, I'm a winger. Noble says, I build as I go. You know what? Yeah, I mean, depending on what you build in Noble, because there's some things won't be sound if you try to build something that's really complex and where there's stakes, serious stakes. You need to have some plans in place. I'm not sure I would trust a bridge that someone just built as they went. You need to do some math. I didn't mean, Harvard says, did I mean disaster preparedness? Well, not necessarily like catastrophic disaster, but just like being prepared for what, you're thinking ahead and you're preparing yourself. It doesn't have to be for the most extreme things, but just for any situation where you're going into it. It's like, okay, I'm going to think this thing through. So I'm definitely the guy with the plan A, B, C. I love it. Old Pony is here, folks. Welcome in, Old Pony. Thanks for joining us. So we're talking about what makes us feel most confident, and for Quasha, it was being prepared. Alexa says, I feel the most confident when I am streaming. I'm naturally shy, which I think is why I stream with Noble and not alone. But it pulls me out of my shell, and I don't mind if no one shows up even. Just through being live, being streaming is a great way for you to pull out of yourself. Okay. Awesome. Old Pony feels the most confidence when he's getting ready to work. Or maybe you're just making a statement. It's interesting. It's interesting how, a different context can really shift our experience, where you are shy in some ways, and then next thing you know, you out here talking to a whole bunch of strangers. So Harvix was like, look, I tried to go live, ain't nobody coming in, I'm out. I can't be sitting here in the void. So J-Man says, when I'm uplifting others with kindness is when I feel the most confident. So if uplifting others gives you confidence, then, that might be sort of your role and your gift. You have the personality of a kind of a coach and encourager, a cheerleader. Not that you necessarily need to do all of the, flips and tricks, but just being that person in the corner. So Noble Ancient says, I feel most confident whenever I'm playing a game and the game is in the flow of time and I gain the advantage. I also am confident when I'm called out and corrected. I will admit defeat when needed. Like, hey, my bad, my bad. Like, you got it. Tree says, I feel the most confident when I make my outfit look good and my makeup flawless. This is a very rare sight. I used to do it every day, but that lifestyle is expensive. Well, I mean, I guess it's expensive with time, but you can look good you can just wear the same outfit every day and look good in it. It might not be what you have in mind, but you got to have that face beat, you know? You could be like a cartoon character. Notice cartoon characters, they just have the one get up most of the time. They don't change, but they still, if they're supposed to come across as a, attractive character, they look good in that same outfit every time. Boba Brown Sugar is here. Welcome in, Boba. It's great to have you this morning. So Warrior says, I feel most confident when I'm wearing a dress. Even though I can stand up for about an hour tops, I like dressing up and feeling pretty. That's cool. That's cool. I'm wondering, I think that's one of the great things about pictures is even though you may not stay done up that way for long, put it on record. Just say, hey, I can look like this. Right now, I might look like this, but I could and I can, if you play your cards right, look like this. The way that I'm walking around right now is actually the catfish. So Hybrid says, my confidence comes from time spent in the forest and doing things in the wild. The forest is the place where everything makes sense. You like to be out there. I love that. Be out there in the forest. So I guess you came in at the ideal time talking about being a prepper. Like, oh, this is right up my alley. All right. So let's see. We have where's my note here? So we had the places and the zones where we feel confident. And I think confident, like I said, it's not a permanent thing. It's sort of a transient state. Sometimes, our how we feel, with our health can have an impact on our confidence. All kinds of things can play into that. that reality. So let's see. Let's do this. If we're ready for the next prompt, just go ahead and drop a heart in the chat and we can get into that. Because this is a sort of a classic prompt. I know it's not Thursday, but I did want to get into this a little bit because confidence is a state of being. And I know that a lot of times we spend time thinking about the states of doing. Um, so I want to kind of recenter on states of being. Confidence is a state of being. What are the top 3 things on your to-be list today? It's almost like an extension of the affirmation. What are the top 3 things on your to-be list? Rachel is here. Good morning, Rachel. I hope that you're doing well. And I'm so grateful that you are. I'm so grateful that you are here this morning and that you're starting your day with us, if that is indeed what's happening. Yeah, so the top 3 things on your to-be list. I think that, you know, if we give ourselves enough wiggle room, it's easy for us to negotiate down and make excuses, that keep us from doing the things that could make our day a little bit better. But the choices that we make, they're like votes for the person that we're becoming. You are not what you do, but you become what you do a lot. You're not your mistakes, but if you keep repeating them, they do shape your identity over time. Because who you are isn't a fixed thing. It's a collection of all the traits and presentations, the things that might have been consistent for you over time, but it actually shifts. We augment our identity through the roles that we fill. And the vote that we have for our future identity is like, the little choices that we make each day. So those to be statements are like identity statements. So I am confident. And I think with enough repetition, we become to, we start habitually thinking and doing the things that we say. It's not about fake it till you make it. You're not faking it when you sort of proclaim these states of being. You make it until you make it, right? If you're actually doing the stuff, then it's not fake to claim that you are. Like the minute you pick up a pen and start writing, you're a writer. The minute you put a brush on the canvas, you're an artist. As soon as you open up your mouth to sing, you are a musician. So there's no deception in claiming that state of being. And that can be the same, that fact can also hold for the emotional and spiritual and mental states of being as well. Sometimes it's hard to feel our way into an action, but it might be easier to act your way into a feeling. So all right, so let's see what we have here. So Noble Ancient is focused, strategic, and confident. My to-be list: be focused, be strategic, be confident. So Hyrith, before I go to the next one, before it gets away from me, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Cursed wisdom is lost on those ears that have not learned to hear the beauty in silence. I love that. I love that. So Santa says, my top three things on my to-be list are alert, awake, productive. I don't know, no shade, but employed. I hope Britt got a job. We are we playing hooky again today or no? Infected agent is here. Welcome in, infected agent. Thank you so much. No, I know. Call out gang. Call out gang is in the house, or no call gang. Oh man. Okay, we don't need to put that on wax. All right. So Alexis is going to be kind, focused, and productive. Kind, focused, and productive. Oh, Pony is going to be kind, fun, and honest with myself. Kind, fun, and honest with myself. Santa says, "What's yours, G? What's yours, G?" I don't know. I might give mine at the end. I don't want to, I might give mine at the end. Maybe you should change yours to nosy. I'm gonna be minding my own business. That's what I'm gonna be. Tree says, "I'm gonna be productive, physically active, and curious." Productive, physically active, and curious. Atlas, high fives. Welcome in, Atlas. It's good to see you this morning. So glad to have you here. Kai, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. It's rare that I'm glad that you had an opportunity to come to the live experience. I know this is probably not a part of your normal schedule, but I'm glad that you made it in to join us, Atlas. Yeah, curiosity killed the cat, but it was fun while it lasted. So Quasha says, be kind, love others, and be productive. Be kind, love others, and yeah, be productive. It seems like a lot of people, a lot of folks in here are goal oriented. They have some things that are trying to bring forward into the world, because I see that productivity and activity are among the things that a lot of you are sharing. So Hyrith says, I seek to be more humble. I still hear echoes of egotism spill out when I'm talking, and I hate it. Arrogance is such a disgusting trait, and I want nothing to do with that ugliness. So humble. What are your other two? What are your other two? So that's it. I'm just focused on that. So Hyrith is how I stayed on this app and how I met Tree. Wise and compassionate. So I guess, I know you said that you had started a live and no one was there, so you stopped it. I mean, I do remember seeing you, but it's been a long time. If you're thinking about streaming again, you know, definitely do your thing and let me know when you're doing it, and I'll let people know what you're doing. That's kind of what we do here. So I think that we are talking about the things that we are moving towards and the things that we are going to be, what is on our to-be list for today. And I think that some of the things that we want to accomplish or some of the goals that we are pursuing, they kind of require us to be something that we haven't been before. And we have a very sharp attachment to anything that we identify as ourselves. So Rachel will be kind, will be patient, observant, and kind to myself and others. Patient, observant, kind to myself and others. The percent is here. Welcome in, Dead Percent. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the top 3 things on our to-be list, and thinking about or just kind of proposing the possibility that we have the ability to shape our identity through our daily choices and actions. How we tend to show up over time, it becomes who we are. Even if it's surprising to you, it is a reality. But I think that what scares us so much is a lot of times when we are growing, we are faced with the reality that it's always a trade-off. You always lose something. There's no change without loss. And sometimes we are stuck. We are stagnant in place. We're not being who we could be because we are afraid of what we might lose. Like, it's a zero sum. We see it as a zero sum proposition. Who am I leaving behind? If I'm moving this direction, who am I leaving behind, and am I okay with that? So if we're ready, let's go to the next prompt. Drop a heart in the chat if you're ready to go to the next prompt so we can kind of explore that idea of change, how it relates to the person that we are becoming on purpose. Let me reset the request box. So Boba says we got heavy rain accompanied by wind. As long as you don't have to be out there in it and you have some shelter, you can just listen and watch. That's definitely a nice vibe to be in, right? Rachel says, I love the rain. I almost think that Rachel just likes the clouds. I like the clouds part of the rain. It's an aesthetic. So, as I mentioned, there isn't a change. Change is not possible without loss. It's like it comes with this. Part of the deal. It can be difficult to accept, but when it's worth it, sorry about that, folks listening, I hit the desk. When it's worth it, So let's think about that. What's the toughest change you've had to accept? The toughest change you've had to accept. And in reminiscing on this, I think it's worth thinking about. It's worth thinking about the fact that you survived it is the most important thing. So that whatever change you might be facing right now, in service of the growth that you are pursuing, you have this chain of evidence that you are a survivor of those changes, that you can transcend and grow beyond those changes. So where Hireth is, it's like 4 degrees and there's no fireplace. Yeah, you got a long winter ahead. Hopefully, you know, hopefully you got what you need to survive that and stay comfortable enough. So Santa says the toughest change lately is adjusting to my new body. Adjusting to my new body. It's like Santa says it's a hard change, bro. Like, no thirst traps forthcoming. I don't know. There's ways. There's ways, I guess. So Alexa says, long story, but life without my son. I'm still working on self-forgiveness and letting go. Yeah, those are. Yeah, I do know some of that story. And to know that you deal with those difficulties and then you get up and you create and you love and you share despite having gone through that. And as you work through it, I mean, it's a testament to your resilience. And that's something to bank on. That's something to grow with. Mrs. Pistachio has joined us as well. Hey, Mrs. Pistachio, thank you for joining us. We're talking about the tough changes that we've had to accept. And we're not doing it just to kind of dwell in a heavy place. The point is to recognize that we have this capacity to accept change and to leverage that capacity to accept and move through change, to give us the courage to grow in the direction of who we ultimately want to be. It's almost thinking about, if I could get through this, then I can get through that. We forget how strong we are sometimes. So Rachel says, planning to go back to school, and that's a big change for me. Yeah, go back and get some more learning. Good morning, Katie. Welcome in. It's nice to have you. Thanks for joining us for Morning Journal, session number 158. Despite what the other places say, I can't get right. I always got to make a mistake somewhere. But it is 158 that we are in right now. Rachel says, I don't even know where to start, but you got to go. Since I hate school so much, it's the financial aid office for me. So Tree says, the tough change is accepting my true self. I feel like I've been conforming to other standards, that I lost myself. Now that I want to live for myself, it's hard to hear some negative comments, but I let them go. It's like I'm stepping into me. Tree's like, I hope mine makes sense. I think you might have left a word out here and there. It's like I've been conforming so much to other standards that I lost myself. And now you're understanding on feedback, you know, I can deal with some comments. It's okay because I'm being true to who I am. I'm stepping more confidently and resolutely into my possibilities, so I can live with a little bit of, a little something. It's all good. I want to say, as we are getting these in, I want to also just remind folks who are listening in on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. You're getting a little bit of a different experience. I hope that you don't mind the Christmas vibes that you're listening to. It's royalty free because Facebook will take you down in a heartbeat, and YouTube will take you down in a heartbeat if they hear even a whiff of something that sounds like it belongs to somebody you ain't got rights to. So we got Christmas vibes going over there. I hope it gets you in the holiday spirit. And thank you so much for listening in. Also, if you comment, you can comment in the chat, and you can also join the conversation that way. And I would love it if you do that. So I know we got Cyber Shots over. Checking in. Appreciate you, Cyber Shots. Always great to have you. So we're talking about the difficult changes that we accept. Coley Needles is in the house. Coley, Lowly Needles. Kaluli. Kaluli's in the house. All right, the toughest change we've had to accept. So for Warrior, the difficult change was recognizing that I was never going to be adopted. It crushed my spirits as each year went by. Still nothing, but I made it. And here I am. Yeah. What a difficult thing to watch that time pass by. Thank you so much for the like, Kaloli. Is Kaloli back? Are you back, Kaloli? Let me know. Where you at? Did you leave Alaska, come back to paradise? So Quasha says the toughest change was becoming a single mom. Becoming a single mom. That wasn't necessarily the way that you had it drawn out. But here you are, you've accepted it and are making the most of it. I see you with your daughter, your little twin, on Instagram. So Noble says the toughest change I've had to endure was initially starting my official adventure and finding the real me that I am now. It's a huge change. And chances to follow. So like Tree is like, similar to what Tree says, like at some point you stop pretending or stop conforming your personality and your beliefs and your feelings to other people, and you decide to, show up as noble ancient. And it is what it is, baby. Love it or leave it. Claudia says it's my little twin with her dad's nose. So Hyrith says, the hardest change in my life has been recovering from a horrific abusive marriage to a spouse that drugged me and tried to openly get me to commit suicide. Divorce and therapy are positive stepping stones. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Man. Yeah, I think that, you know, as much as we don't want to necessarily think about the difficult things, they're difficult to face. The fact that you are here to tell the story, even though you might have some of the scars and you still might have, some of the tears might come up from time to time. You're here to tell the story and you're in the process of recovering and you have some vision for where you're going. Again, just think about it as like, if I got through that, I can get through this. Because a lot of the things, oddly, a lot of the obstacles that come up for us when we're trying to make positive changes in our life, or when we're trying to get over our creative blocks and hindrances, they're pretty minor in the context of the things that we are capable of doing. Sometimes we shrink down and put ourselves under the dominion of a really small problem when we already have a track record of overcoming things that are much more difficult. We can elevate problems and situations with the stories that we tell about them. But sometimes it's good to remind ourselves of the journey that we've been on and gain confidence from our resilience and our ability to change through those difficult times. So Hyrith says, I'm still recovering from that nightmare. My life is so much better now. More importantly, I've been able to help others escape abuse. I'm an advocate for abuse victims and can share wisdom gained through that experience. So it was not for naught that you lived through that nightmare. A lot of times it is the case that we go through those things because we have a story. We are evidence that it's possible to survive that. So we got another response here. I'm gonna get to, you can continue to respond to this one. We are at the top of the hour, so I want to take a second to just, it's that time in the situation. I want to acknowledge folks that are here. Again, feel free to continue to answer the toughest challenge that you've been through, but let me let you know if this is your first time here, or wherever you happen to be listening in, you're tuned into the Morning Journal, and I'm your host. They call me G here. People that know me call me Jared. If you really, really know me, you might call me Jerry, but don't take liberties. If you don't know me like that, don't call me like that. But we do this every Monday through Friday. We got Mo in the house. Good morning, Mo. So yeah, we're here every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time for the Morning Journal, where we have conversations like the one we're having today. Hopefully it's something that can help you get your day started. Whether you're leaning in and listening and participating in the conversation, or if you just have me in the background, as you get ready to start your day. Either way, I'm greatly appreciative for being here, for you being here. I see we have Teresa, one of my classmates, is in the chat. Um, it's nice to see you, Teresa. So yeah, every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. If you like this vibe, I'd love to see you here. If you happen to be on Spoon, let me let you know some cool folks that are on the Spoon app right now who are also creators and streamers that are worth checking out. We have Emo here, who is the host of Get Ready, or not Get Ready, Go to Work and Make Friends. Two streams that happen, one in the morning as Emo goes to work. You can listen in to the pure chaos that ensues in the final minutes before leaving, dealing with moderate traffic. It ain't that bad, but dealing with moderate traffic, um, monster trucks, and running late on the way to work in the morning. If that sounds like something you might want to listen to, check out MO for Go to Work. Also check out MO for Make Friends. It's a late afternoon, early morning stream, early evening stream where you can just go listen to some quirky music and some comedy and make friends in the chat. We also have in the house right now Rachel. Rachel is a daytime streamer. I haven't had a chance to listen to Rachel lately, but it's just a cool place to hang out with a cool set of friends. Rachel has such a chill energy, a nice sense of humor. It's kind of a sneaky sense of humor, but it's just a really great energy to be around. You can check Rachel out with just like a mid-afternoon stream to hang out. We also have Alexis Autumn Elf in the building today. Alexis is the host of 3 streams now. Alexis is picking up the pace on the streaming. Chasing Noble Ancient on Gamer Shop. Alexis goes live right after Noble on Tuesdays at around 8 p.m. Eastern. So that'll be 5 Pacific. And Alexis will also be live today playing ROA with Noble at 9 p.m., which is 6 p.m. Pacific. And then, so here's the thing. I told Rachel, I told everybody, I told Alexis, I mentioned it in the chat. If you got a schedule, let me know, put it on my wall. So Alexis says, here you go. I'm just gonna put it in the chat of Noble's stream. Write it down. I ain't write it down. So I know that there's a stream tomorrow too. Whatever time it is, I don't know, but check it out. Follow Alexis, sorry about that. But speaking of Noble Ancient, Gamer Shop, talking shop about tabletop games every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We got, if you love tabletop games, go make sure you go check out Noble Ancient. We also have, Santa Thickness is here. You can check out Santa Thickness on Twitch as J Thickness on Twitch. So I got some folks listening on Twitch right now. Look up J Thickness and you can check them out playing games. Yesterday I listened and watched for a while they played Minecraft. Mostly I was just watching the game load because, Anyway, it's nice to hear Britt's commentary and sense of humor playing games. Also, let me shout out Tree. Tree is the host of the Treehouse, which is a weekend stream, late night, early morning in the weekend. Follow for the times. You can go to the Treehouse for conversations for grown folks. If you're grown, you can go hang out at the Treehouse, maybe do some improv, answer 20 questions, let Tree get in your business in the most loving and curious way. I don't know. I got thrown off on the promos, so if I missed you, I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm glad that you are here, everybody that's listening. Also, if you're listening on Facebook, it would mean a lot if you would also subscribe on YouTube And because there's going to be some bonus content that goes along with this that will be exclusively on YouTube. And that's definitely where you want to go if you enjoy this experience and this vibe. So, okay. Quash was like, I was getting ready to vote. I thought that was the voting music. I was getting ready to vote. Now that was just yeah, yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just here. Um, I'm just here trying to shout out the cool folks that are so graciously hanging out with me this morning. So before we move on to the next prompt, there was a couple other responses. The toughest challenge that you've had to accept. We'll get into that before we go to our next prompt. And Old Pony. For Old Pony, overcoming addiction is the most difficult challenge. I got 7 years on the books, but every day it's a struggle. I love that. I love that you have those years in the books, and I love that you are aware that you have to remain focused and centering your sobriety and your health. Congratulations on that. Applause in the chat for Old Pony. Ira, thank you so much for those super likes and getting us boosted up in the ranks so they can see that Morning Journal is most definitely the place to be. Thank you. All right. So from Facebook, we also have Teresa says, the hardest thing I had to live with was watching my mom go through breast cancer while I was going through lung cancer. Wow, that's really, yeah, that's a lot to deal with. When your body breaks down, when you're suffering with your health, and also the people that you care about, you feel powerless in that situation. You are present to share that story, and maybe you haven't all the way healed from it, but you know, it's a testament to your strength that you made it here to share that with us, and I appreciate you doing that. So yeah, Teresa and I went to high school together. So that's the thing about Facebook. You know, people that have known you a long time, you run into them again. And I'm glad that you're here, Teresa. So Kaloli also shares, learning to live without someone, especially someone you expected to be around. Learning to live without someone, especially someone you expected to always be around. It's a difficult change to accept. So Teresa is without the H. Just Tree wanted to know what the spelling on Teresa's name. Yeah. Ad Gaps, welcome in. Nice to see you this morning. Welcome in, Jamil. All right. So, Kaloli, it was your brother and best friend. You thought you'd grow old with them, but it didn't turn out that way. I can understand that's sort of an ongoing grief that kind of resurfaces, you know? So Alexis is like, Just dropped my schedule on your wall. I wrote it down for you. Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you know, hey, it is what it is. Let's drop a heart in the chat if we're ready to go to the next prompt. The next prompt, like, some of these are a little, uh, some of these, might be a little tough, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it together. I appreciate everyone's courage and generosity in exploring these things, because you gotta be able to look at stuff. Okay, here we go. So the question, it's a two-part question. So make sure that when you get ready to answer, you answer both parts. Don't just leave yourself in the overwhelm. Rachel's got to open up the store. All right, Rachel, thank you for being here. It's always great to have you in the morning. I hope that you have a great day. So Ren is here and is very shy. Well, Ren, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you said hello. Right now, we are thinking about, we're having a conversation this morning, talking about our most overwhelming incomplete. What is that thing that's kind of hanging on in the back of our mind that we need to do? And for everyone who shared things that, the difficult changes that they went through, my mom is sending prayers for all of you. And, that's significant. Messy Jesse and Nate are here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me open up the request box for the folks who are listening on Spoon so that we can start sharing what is your most overwhelming incomplete. And then part 2, which is the most important part, is what is the smallest meaningful action you can take. I think that when we look at it, the vagueness is underlying so much of our overwhelm. Being vague is sort of like a defense mechanism that we use when we're afraid to really face something. Like, we don't necessarily want to clarify it and point to it directly. It's just this kind of general vague sense of a thing that's hanging out there or a problem that we have. But we do that to protect ourselves from the reality of things that might be difficult to deal with. Keep it vague, not say it out loud, not speak directly to it. These are all sort of like defense mechanisms that we use to protect our ego, to protect ourselves emotionally if it's something that we don't feel like we can handle. But like I said, the byproduct of that vagueness is overwhelm, because it's hard to take an action towards something that is not clear. So when you really have to get specific if you're actually going to do something about it. If you're actually going to change in a way that is not just random and haphazard, you have to get kind of specific about what it is. And I know it's being specific is scary, but the payoff of that specificity is clarity. And the payoff of clarity is energy and motivation. So getting clear on exactly what it is, and putting numbers on it. Like, I have this number of things it's going to take. I need to put this amount of time. It's going to take this amount of time. And, just an honest appraisal of what the situation is. We can trump the narrative about it. That's the hard part, right? Because you say what it is, and then it gets even scarier. But if we can just do it without judgment and just matter of factly say, okay, well, this is what it is. I don't have to feel any specific way about it, but this is what it is, whether I admit it or not. Now that I've said it, I can focus in and take maybe one small action that's meaningful. So let's see. All right, Rick's got to go. So, Hobson, what do you mean by that question? Something that's overwhelming you? That it's not something that's not finished? That it's maybe difficult for you to face, so you feel like you can't handle? Jamil says, I got to get this girl out of my house. So let me scroll up and make sure, see if there are any other questions about the prompt. Let me know if that's clear for you. I can say more about it if you need more clarification. So here we go. This is something really direct and practical. Cleaning our legendary flat. And what you can do is maybe take a different strategy with cleaning instead of trying to hit it all at once. Just like, okay, break it down. Sometimes you gotta break it down. Almost always you gotta break it down, honestly. It's worth breaking it down. Steve is here from the Hold Up TV. Welcome in, Steve. Nice to have you this morning. We jumped in the deep end. You jumped in the deep end, but it's good to have you here. Talking about those overwhelming tasks, those overwhelming incompletes. And just as a reminder, a reminder for everyone, sometimes right now, as we're listening to this, is not the best time to sit down and answer. You always are welcome and encouraged to take note of some of these prompts and to sit with them for a while if necessary. And then, kind of really take the time to look in and check in with yourself to see what your honest answer is. Also, welcome in. It's good to see you this morning. We're talking about our overwhelming incompletes. So Warrior says, I'd have to say going to counseling to process emotions I still have sitting there on the inside. Yeah. Everything is sitting inside you, still buffering. You got that wheel spinning inside of you. You got that little spinning wheel. Everything is still trying to process, but yet you have to get up and go every day, and you keep putting that away. So I guess a small meaningful action is to say, well, where can who can I talk to? What are the resources? What does it even look like? Alexa says, please note, G, we are in 2 separate rooms and cannot see each other's answers. Okay, noted. Alexa says, cleaning the legendary. Everybody, everybody go ahead and look through your emojis right now. See if you can find a broom. Find your favorite cleaning related emoji, a sponge, a broom, whatever you can find amongst your emojis, and spam the chat right now for Alexa. Give them a little bit of encouragement. um, so that they can enhance the quality of their physical environment at the moment. There you go. We got the tools for you. So, so let me finish cleaning our legendary fact. The smallest thing would be just to jump in and clear one section at a time. Baby steps lead to big progress. Yeah, just let me look at this. Let's take a look at this shelf right here. What is this? Can I do something with this shelf? Can I wash this fork? Let me wash this fork. Maybe let me wash all the forks. Okay, now the spoons. So Melody says, "What are you guys doing?" Well, right now we're spamming the chat with cleaning supplies because someone says that they're overwhelmed by the task, the prospect of cleaning up their flat. So, all right. So someone anonymously just wants to wish all of us a good day. Thank you, anonymous friend. Mike Williams is here. Melody, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. You know, Mike Williams used to be the name I used on the phone when I did telemarketing. So is that me? Ren put that, everybody. So here's Tree. Tree says, overwhelming and complete is my weight. I've been working on losing weight for years. I lost 80 pounds and haven't gained it back, but I need to lose more, which may be causing fertility issues. So I don't know what I need to do. Emo's like, really? Really? What do we talk? So Kaloli says the music is different in the video. Yeah. I have to do different music for the video. It's a different experience. Um, so I'm a little bit distracted. Let me try to get back on track. We were talking about Tree was talking about the incomplete being the weight that she is losing and balancing that with her fertility issues. So Hyrith says, my divorce is the most overwhelming unfinished task right now. The smallest and best thing I can do is to accept that there's nothing I can do but wait for the slow gears of the legal system to turn. Well, yeah, as long as you've done everything that you can do. I think the most important thing is realizing and recognizing that it's the small things, it's the breakdown that's most important. Like, get clear and focus on the small things that you can do. Um, yeah, it's and accumulating the confidence and reflecting on all the things, all the wins that we've had that have given us confidence up to this point. So the hold up TV says, honestly, it's my finances. I'm currently working on getting to a place where I'm not just getting by. And I know that you just moved into a better employment situation. So hopefully that continues to be a step in the right direction. Trying to build something sustainable for yourself and your family. That yeah, and that new gig, that's definitely a step to help address that. So Arthur is here. Thanks for joining us, Arthur. So if we're ready to go to the next prompt, go ahead and let me know. Tree's got to go jump in the shower, I guess. And this is sort of uh, related to something that the next prompt is sort of related to something that Alexis and Noble were talking about a little bit. Let me get this last one before we go. Sonic says, the least I can do is know that time is a human construct and exists probably as a flat 2D fractal in the unknown out there. So there's that part. There's that part, of course. Okay. So let's talk about, we're talking about when you're talking about taking small steps, I think a big part of the small steps is kind of focusing on your environment. I think that sometimes we're in a situation where we are fighting our environment. Um, if we want to make healthier choices, sometimes it's rather than having the unhealthy things available, if we don't have the unhealthy choices at our fingertips, then it's easier to not make the unhealthy choices rather than having it there and just constantly fighting it. If you have a problem, like I'm distracted by my phone, maybe, you know, maybe turn it off. I don't know. You know what your struggles are. But I think that the problem that a lot of us face when we're trying to be the best version of ourselves, when we're trying to accumulate some strength and momentum towards something that's healthy, is we are constantly having to make conscious choices to do the right thing or to make the strong choice. And that's exhausting. It's exhausting to negotiate with yourself every time you are getting ready to engage in something that you yourself said was important that you wanted to do. So, how can you craft your environment to make it easier for you to do what's healthy and what's positive and what you claim is of value to you, or make it harder to do the things that are not? Like, how can you put roadblocks between yourself and your unproductive habits and create on ramps and reduce the friction for the things that matter more? So these are not, yeah, our willpower is limited, you know? Opponent says, got a jet. Okay. Kaloli's got a jet. All right, all right. y'all have a great rest of your day or rest of your night. I really appreciate you for spending some time with us. Welcome back, Bubba Brown Sugar. We're talking about how we can leverage our environment, craft our environment in a way that makes it easier for us to win. Because we are always under the influence of the environments that we are in. So what can we do about that? Yeah, someone tripped Howard's nerd switch. Sonic and Howard needs to go somewhere and have a little side conference and talk about space time. So as you look around, if you just kind of scan your space right now, your environment doesn't only include your physical space. It also includes your social connections, like the people who you are connected with. They are a part of your environment as well. Your physical body is an environment, you know. Sonic, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate it. So Alexis says, create a daily cleaning schedule so we keep on top of it and not let the flat get a chance to get messy. I think that's our next task after we get it back today again. Get it clean, keep it clean. So Quasha says, keeping an organized environment and positive vibes and creating your own peace. So if you want to make that personal and specific, oh no, hold on. So if you're watching on Spoon, just give it 1 second. We'll be back. I just had a little bit of a reset situation. Just stand by. So folks on YouTube are still here. We'll be back on Spoon in just 1 second. All right, and we are back. Thank you for your patience. Just lost our connection. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Give me a little confirmation on Spoon in the chat if you can hear me. We lost our connection for just a second. So I was about to mention to Quasha specifically, you talked about kind of generally keeping an organized environment. If you look like specifically at the environment that you do your most important work in now, what is one thing that you can change about it? Like, what is a specific thing that you can do to enhance it? So Steve's like, yeah, it's fine here. Yeah, my thanks for that confirmation too, Steve. I appreciate that. Over there, listening in on the other platforms, let me know. Oh, Quasha's back. Quasha was here. Okay, got the baby on a school bus. So since you're here now, I was sharing your response. I will say kind of what you were getting at about keeping an organized environment. Can you say a little bit more specifically? You look at the space where you are right now. What is one thing that you can do to enhance it? What's missing? Jamil says, I need more time to myself and my environment. I got to get this chick out of here. Oh man, Jamil is in a struggle right now trying to evict someone. So I need somebody to pull up. I need y'all to pull up with a U-Haul. Oh man. Okay. Quasha says a clean room creates a clear mind. Ren says there's one thing that should not be in the room I'm in. Yeah, I think it's important to recognize like how you feel when you come into a space or how you feel when you're around certain people. It's like, is being around this person, is being in this space making my life better? Is it supporting me towards things that are important? So Ren's like, I need to get rid of this TV in my room. Noble says, resetting and keeping my environment is key from this point on. Ugh, not my best response. Starts of a migraine. Quasha says, put it in my room. I'll take your TV. So, Hyrith, I changed my entire life. I moved into the forest far away from the city. I live mostly off grid and enjoy a minimalist lifestyle. I carry my own drinking water, chop my wood, and love my life. The tree's like, I'm about to go, I'm about to fade. It's always those last 15 minutes. I know, Tree. You've been a soldier in here. I appreciate you. All right. So Howard has made a very dramatic shift. I'm not sure where you were before, but just kind of moving off grid and getting down to the essentials is, you know, it's a revolution in your experience, I'm sure. Coming from the situation that you were coming from, I can understand how you knew that you had to do a dramatic shift. Evo says, if you're off the grid, then why are you on Spoon? Spoon is the grid, yo. I think mostly is the key word there. Mostly. Man. Almost like I smell cat. Oh man. Sonic says a clean truck is a happy truck. Oh man. I didn't necessarily take you for a truck guy, Sonic. You might be one of those trucks that Mo gets caught behind on the way on the way to work. All right. So Ren says, keep doing these lives. They're really good for you and other people. They are good for me, Ren, and I do plan on continuing to do them. This is session number 158. So yeah, 158. Imagine that. Sonic is out there delivering Christmas. All right. All right. Are we ready to go to the next prompt? Go ahead and drop me a heart in the chat. This will be the final prompt of the day. And as always, I want to try to be end on a note that is kind of specific and actionable. So go ahead and let's go ahead and get ready to go into that. So, what are your 1 to 3 essential activities today? I mean, we've done some big picture stuff, thought about things on a high level. So let's kind of end the session by zooming in on today. What are those essential activities? These are those votes that we were talking about earlier. The votes for the person that we intend to be. These actions are votes for that person. Let's see. Yep. So as y'all are filling up the request box with those essentials, let me take an opportunity again to, just shout out and shout out to everyone who has been vibing with us in this experience. I really appreciate. Every day is different. Every new person that comes into the room has their own experience and perspective that they add to the conversation. So that makes this a unique experience. Every time we do it, it's never the same. There's always new wisdom shared. So I want to thank everyone who has shared, whether it's here, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for offering your perspectives. Special shout out to the folks who are listening in on Spoon right now, who have kind of given the visual element of a flowing conversation to all the viewers. There's some jokes that you might have seen in the chat that I didn't say. So I want to thank everybody on Spoon right now. We have Mo, who is probably going to go live in a few minutes when I'm done here. Boba Brown Sugar is here. Quasha Burtz. We got the Hold Up TV. The Hold Up TV you can find on Green Room. Had a great conversations that matter last night on Green Room, so make sure you check Hold Up TV out over on Green Room. Alexis is here. Alexis Autumn Elf. They're gonna get finished, take a little nap, and get cleaning that flat. Can't wait to hear about the progress of that. Hyrith is here. Nice having you back around, and I hope that your day goes great. Noble Ancient, I hope that you are on the mend. I know you said you're getting like the beginnings of migraine, so hopefully, you can power through that and get on with the adventure of your day. We also have Sonic, Speed, which it feels like y'all are trolling me to have Sonic and Speed back to back in the listener list, but I'm glad to have you here. Ren is here as well. And Ren has been here before because Ren has a loyalty bar, so I'm thinking that maybe there's a change in username. But it's nice to have you back around. And Jamil, good luck on getting whomever you need to get out of your situation, so that you can live in peace. I mean, of course, we only know your side of it, but good luck with that either way. Welcome in, Ghost Heart. So Sonic says, my essential activities are 1, crush my enemies. 2, see them driven before me. 3, hear the lamentation of their women. Anytime hearing lamentations is one of your essential activities for the day, then you have a very interesting life. I'll just say that. No day is complete without hearing lamentations. So Noble has the essential tasks of taking the first active stage of the major task. It's a vague, but we all know what it is. I don't know, that specificity is really important. We got to be able to face it. We're going to help Alexis with today's stream and find a way to counter this initial migraine. I dig that. Serious Strawberry, thank you for joining us for the last few minutes of today's stream. Ren says, being in your life. 2, being in your life. 3, being in your life. Well, I'm glad that you are here, and I'm glad that you hung out with us and shared. I'm grateful for you. So Hyrith says, my 3 essential actions for the day. Meditate on how I can best help the people around me. Ponder how to invest my finances to grow so I can do more for others. 3, cut frivolous things from my life. Gotta keep it lean. We ain't got time for nothing frivolous. Nothing like going through some difficult times to remind you what the essential things are. All right. So this has been session number 158. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we like to do something called Throwback Thursdays. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. Today was sort of a throwback because we did have a lot of prompts that we've seen before. But we'll see what it's. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes tomorrow with throwback prompts. I haven't prepared for tomorrow's stream yet, but I have done a little bit of writing and preparation for it. But we'll be here, and I hope that as many of you as want to be here will be here with me. The experience works because you're here with me, so I certainly appreciate your time. So we have more requests. It's like, my request. We got a couple minutes. Emo says, one, grade French test, grade French 1 test, grade French 3 test, grade AP French test. So we got a little bit of grading to do. I guess we got some grading to do. So Retha's essential activities is prayer, journal, and cook. Those are the three things that Retha has on the schedule today. Love that. Brand's got Spanish class, so you got to go. All right, Brand. Well, hopefully you have a great day in class, and look forward to seeing you again. All right, folks. Signing off to all the folks over on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. Y'all have a wonderful day.